Bitcoin is almost at $52,000. 51,682. Holy cow. The conversation is here, warriors. FOMO is about to start. Fear of missing out. My name is Coach JV. I am the top health and mindset coach in the world. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. I'm the coach that says, don't believe a word I say. What I'm working to do is teach you how to fish. You give a man or woman a fish, they will eat for a day. You give them a fishing pole, they will eat for a lifetime. And if you teach them how to farm, they can feed a nation. Nations. I'm a follower of God. I love the life of Jesus, non-religious. I accept everybody as they are, and I ask you to accept me as I am. And if you have anything to say it in the comments. Say what you mean, just don't say it mean. We're here to educate and learn. I'm not claiming to know everything, but what I have done is the last 9 years, I've researched methodically how the banking system works. I was in banking for 12 years, went to executive banking school, and I learned how to scale banks from the ground up. And I understood that we're in a printing machine, a low interest rate environment. And if we were doing what they were doing, we'd probably not be here. We'd be locked up. But hey, as you look this way at a narrative, there's a whole other narrative going on this way. And as you sit here listening to me, you sit here contemplating what's happening, there's the biggest shift in generational wealth right now. And what we think is that we need millions and millions of dollars to become the 1%. Which I call the uncommon 1%. The uncommon 1%, because it's not that rich, like people get so caught up in, oh, rich people are evil. Poor people say that. That's the truth. Poor people say rich people are evil. There's a lot of really, 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 really good rich people doing a lot of really, really good things. And there's a lot of, not a lot, but there's rich people that do bad things. There's also a lot of really, really, really good poor people. And there's a lot of really, really, really bad poor people. There's a lot of really bad middle-class people, and there's a lot of really good middle-class people. It's not that money makes people evil. It just makes you more of what you truly are, right? So I teach people from the inside out to grow the wealth inside, and then it goes out into abundance. Well, you want to talk about cryptocurrency. That's why you're here. But Bitcoin is almost at $52,000 as we're talking right now. Specifically, $51,700 at 4 o'clock in the mornings as I sit here in the Warrior Academy. Now, that sounds exciting, right? But when you want into cryptocurrency, what happens is you look, Bitcoin is, oh, how can I afford that? Now, I'll share with that at the end. Make it all the way to the end of the video, and I'm going to share with that. Now, if you want to see my exact portfolio and how I'm managing into the quantum financial system, I show my warriors exactly what I'm doing every single time my portfolio changes. I am not a financial advisor. You should not take any of my advice as financial advice. I'm just documenting my journey into the quantum financial system and being open and honest with people. You can click the link down below. Everything's there to join our private Warrior Academy and our free Facebook group. All right, so let's watch this video first, and then at the end, I'll share with you how you can get involved in the biggest shift in generational wealth.
Another big day for Bitcoin. That new record brings the cryptocurrency's gains in the past 6 weeks to about 70%. As far as what's driving that, analysts are pointing to some more interest from Wall Street and momentum building after Tesla said it was adding Bitcoin to its balance sheet. This morning, MicroStrategy, which really was one of the trailblazers here as one of the first companies to buy Bitcoin with corporate cash, said that it's doubling down. That software company plans to offer $600 million of convertible notes and then use those proceeds to buy more Bitcoin. Analysts tell me that these new corporate buyers are adding to some of that Bitcoin demand and may be helping boost prices. There's also some more Bitcoin.
Okay, so let's stop for just a moment. So Michael Saylor from MicroStrategies had a meeting. I thought it was 100 CEOs. I guess over 10,000 people were on this meeting that he had, encouraging CEOs, owners of companies, to invest their assets in Bitcoin. So think about that. What is that going to do to the price appreciation?
Bitcoin interest on Wall Street. CNBC reported last week that JP Morgan was looking seriously at that asset class. And today there are some more reports out that
Wait a minute, JP Morgan? JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon in 2017 said cryptocurrency is a fraud. And he said if you buy and sell Bitcoin, you are a criminal. As you look this way, there's a whole nother narrative happening this way. Don't listen to what they say, warriors. Watch what they do. You're going to get played.
Morgan Stanley's investing arms is considering adding Bitcoin to its list of possible bets. We also had MasterCard and BNY Mellon showing some new support for cryptocurrencies.
MasterCard, interesting. But cryptocurrency is a fraud, right? And on my debit card that I use my cryptocurrency to buy stuff with has a Visa logo on it. Huh.
All of this has led to a jump in bullish investor sentiment. According to Fundstrat, that firm's crypto fear and greed index is at about a 95 out of 100. That's what they call extreme greed levels. It's been over 92 for the past 7 days. There are still plenty of skeptics, though, for Bitcoin. A recent Deutsche Bank survey showed that investors see Bitcoin as the most extreme bubble right now in financial markets. And Nassim Taleb, author of The Black Swan, tweeted in the past couple of days that he's getting rid of his Bitcoin. One reason, he says, the cryptocurrency, or any currency, is never supposed to be more volatile than what you buy and sell it. The volatility, he says, hasn't dropped as prices continue to climb higher. Deirdre, back to you.
Yeah, you can't ignore that volatility. Crypto Kate.
Okay, Warriors. Good news is bad news. Bad news is good news. Bad news spreads a lot faster, Warriors. And yes, we're not even close to the price appreciation for Bitcoin. Now, this is really important, right? So cryptocurrency is a fraud. Bitcoin is a bubble. It's going to fail. Everything that goes up must come down. That's why you have to know the game so you can't be played. Yes, when it hits euphoria, there's going to be pullbacks. Now, the cryptocurrency market, you have to be non-emotional and stoic, Warriors. This market can change 30% in 1 day. So if you have weak hands, you are a weak investor, and you don't understand the market, you're going to get wrecked. I'm just being honest with you, because what will happen is you'll buy into a cryptocurrency and you're going to gain 30%. You're going to be super, super happy. And then all of a sudden, 2 days later, it's going to retrace 20%. You're going to freak out and buy out. And then it goes back up and you're going to buy back in. And then it goes down, you're going to buy back. It's just how it goes when you're a weak investor. In this space, a volatile space like this, when people are in fear, you buy. When people are in euphoria, you sell. It's really simple. That's how I built my whole cryptocurrency portfolio. That's how I made over 6 figures in 6 months. And I started with a small portfolio, Warriors. I did the opposite of everybody else. I've always done that. I'm a fundamental investor. I don't do day trading. I did scalping, and it worked very, very well for me. I'm not a financial advisor, not financial advice, but I'm very calm and stoic when it comes to my investments. Okay, so this is important, really important. This came out yesterday on, if we have the date here, I think it came out yesterday. State of Crypto. Will 2021 finally be the year of Bitcoin ETF? The market has matured since 2018. When Bitcoin ETF applications last hit a peak, it's unclear whether that's enough to see one approved, okay? There's been a renewed interest in Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, ETFs, with the nomination of Gary Gensler to head the Securities and Exchange Commission and the approval of True Canadian Bitcoin ETF. Whether one gets approved in the US dollar is unclear. Okay, what ETF? The narrative. The big news last week was that Ontario Securities Commission approved the North American's first Bitcoin ETF in Canada. An ETF, which is necessarily a retail-friendly, regulated Bitcoin investment vehicle that trade in popular brokerage apps, has long been the product the industry has wanted. Numerous applications have been rejected in the U.S., but the approval of the Canada could be an early sign that we'll soon see something similar in the States. Okay, why does this matter? Number one, Bitcoin exposure through existing retail apps such as TD Ameritrade, but these traders would not actually need to buy Bitcoin. In short, an ETF would let people invest in Bitcoin without having to set up a wallet or trust an exchange that might go down when the market volatility arises. So this is really important in the crypto space. Okay, it seems like every single time, just being open and transparent with you, one of the frustrations, every single time shit is exploding, the exchanges happen to shut down. Coinbase, Crypto.com does it, Kraken does it. As soon as the profits are just skyrocketing through the roof, it seems like all of a sudden we are now having maintenance issues. So that's why you got to know the game, Warriors. That's why I always, if I'm going to pull profits, I pull profits before people get into euphoria, because you're never going to time the top, you're never going to time the bottom, and a lot of people get wrecked doing that. Okay, so what is an exchange traded ETF? I want to make sure you understand this. An exchange, come teaching you how to fish. An exchange traded fund ETF is a type of investment and exchange traded product. They are traded in the stock exchanges. So ETFs are similar in many ways to mutual funds, except the ETF are bought and sold throughout the day on a stock exchange, while mutual funds are bought and sold based on their price at the day's end. So an ETF, basically, to give you an example, Robinhood's probably not a good example. People are pissed at Robinhood, but Ameritrade, right? So if you have your Robinhood app, your Ameritrade app, you can actually be able to buy and sell Bitcoin on the exchange, okay? Bitcoin tops 50,000 as it wins more mainstream acceptance. London's record, Bitcoin rose above 50,000 on Tuesday for the first time, adding steam to a rally fueled by signs of world's biggest cryptocurrency is gaining acceptance among mainstream investors and companies. Bitcoin has a record of 50,603 and was up 0.83 at 48,000. It has risen 67% this year so far. What investment can you make 67%? The most of the gains coming after electric car maker Tesla said it bought 1.5 million of Bitcoin. Okay. Now this all sounds great, right? You're like, oh, this is fantastic, JV. This sounds great. Everything's blowing up. But when you see Bitcoin, you're like, I can't afford $52,000. In your paradigm, you think you can't afford $52,000 within this current moment because you haven't changed your subconscious mind around wealth. Then you look at Ethereum and it's almost $2,000. Well, Warriors, here's the beautiful thing about the cryptocurrency space. You have things called alternative coins besides Bitcoin. And there's an opportunity for people to become millionaires, sometimes thousandaires, right, in a very short amount of time because of alternative coins. Now, there's projects like this one I'm staring at right now. Do you see that? That is 5 cents. VeChain, supply chain management, not financial advice. I'm just giving you an example. Is when people go into Bitcoin and they're seeing it right now at 52,000, that's going to flood people into the marketplace and they see Bitcoin, they stop, and that floods people down into what are called alternative coins. And now how people get wealthy in the alternative coin space is number one, investing in a real world solid fundamental coin like VeChain. Think about that. VeChain supply chain management. They're linked up with McDonald's, Walmart in Shanghai. They food safety, right? Tracking, right? You have tracking, supply chain management. When money moves at the speed of light, supply chain management needs to move at the speed of light. So VeChain is going to change the world, right? It's 5 cents. It's 5 cents. So don't tell me someone doesn't have money to invest. You could work at a fast food restaurant and have plenty of money to invest. You need to pay yourself first. Always pay yourself first. Before you pay your bills, you should pay yourself first, Warriors, because you're going to take that money that you paid yourself. If you didn't pay yourself first, you're going to use it on energy drinks. You're going to use it on coffee. But once you pay yourself first, you only have enough to pay your bills. Now you've already paid yourself, and now your money is making money. You should not work for money, Warriors. You should always make every single dollar work for you. That was the paradigm shift I had. I stopped living like a poor person just over broke. I was making lots of money and I would lose the money because I was just over broke. I was living in the paradigm that we've been taught in our education system since 1903 to be workers, not to be educated, to understand that money is just vibration, money is just energy, and money is not even real. It's just a flow. It's an energy exchange. So if the energy exchange for you is that I'm just over broke and I can barely pay my bills, money is going to flow away from you. But when you understand you have everything you need, you'll get everything you want. So these are called altcoins. You have VeChain, which is 15 cents. Let me give you some other examples here. Atom, okay, one of my favorites here. So I've been going deep into Atom. I've been dollar cost averaging into this one. This is not financial advice. I'm just giving that example. It's I just clicked the wrong one. So that one, you got Algo here. I think this one is sitting at... So you have 20 cents for that one right there. See, these are all alternative coins here, so it's not switching very well here for me. Boom. Okay, so there's Algo. That's $1.32. Algorand, okay? You got Atom. You got BAT, B-A-T. If you click on this one here, these are all real-world solved cryptocurrencies. Boom. It's not doing it correctly. But you can see what I'm saying, Warriors. So as people rush into Bitcoin, people flood down into the altcoins, and that's when people become wealthy with altcoins. Now, you got to understand the game so you can't be played too, Warriors. Because once we hit euphoria, the market's going to come down just like any other market, Warriors. So you got to understand when people are getting super, super, super excited about this, you probably want to pull profits on the way up, right? You secure profits as you go up. Because what happened in about 2018 is people got really excited and got really rich, and then boom, the market crashed, and they've been holding this whole time trying to get back to the original buy-in price, and it left a bad taste in their mouth. So Warriors, you got to understand the game. That's key. So yes, Bitcoin's at almost 52,000 doesn't mean you can't get into the market, but the biggest shift in generational wealth is here right now, Warriors. So if you need help or support with anything, go down in the description below. We have everything you need. You can join our private Warrior Academy. We have a Discord with over 700 Warriors. We have a cryptocurrency call every single Thursday where we have guest speakers. I go over my portfolio. We talk about new projects. We have a technical analysis team. I am not a technical analysis person. I am a Warren Buffett style investor in crypto. He is not investing in crypto, but I look at real world solves, fundamentals, and when I buy into a cryptocurrency, I pretend I'm buying into the company and I don't move. I stay stoic until I ride that investment all the way through. So everything's down below. Get access to my portfolio. Not a financial advisor, not financial advice, just one of the best communities in history. Warriors, Rise, let's go.